What it is, homies, Mick Flipperpants all up in this hizzy. Back at you again with another episode of the Art Quest, Phase 1 Inktober. This is Day 9, the prompt of which was Nest. And as soon as I saw this prompt, I already knew what I wanted to do. So I had a while to figure out what I wanted to do, like Day 1. So I got around to it. This gave me an advantage because I was able to I didn't have to figure out the pose as I was drawing. I knew what pose that I wanted. I just had to figure out a way to draw it. This is an example of me being able to, I was able to avoid, a whole bunch of stuff that I normally do when I'm trying to figure stuff out. I knew the pose. And so I was able to, really focus in on everything, making some minor adjustments, like lowering down the head a little bit more, moving up the entire body a little bit so I could do the background that I wanted to do, and I could just go straight into the line work without needing to do a second rough draft. And then here I am desperately trying to get these eyes to look similar enough and failing for a good bit, figuring out the nose that I wanted to do, and that's the nose that I went with. It looked good. I couldn't get the other shapes to work that I actually wanted to do because I knew that I would not have enough time to do all the shading that this piece would actually call for. So I'm just, being lazy, cutting corners, as it were. And essentially I wanted to do a cute drawing of a cute person just wrapped in a blanket on their phone. That's the idea I had from the beginning, and I really like that. I like doing cute drawings, I like doing raunchy drawings, and I like doing action-y drawings. Those are the things that I really like doing. I want to get good at doing them again, especially since I have two comic book ideas in particular that I want to do that call for all of those, so I want to get better at them again. And yeah, that's the line work of the piece done. The idea that I had only really works with strong shading, and so I wanted to get the line work done as quickly as possible so that I could have a lot of time to focus on the shading. And I had a good amount of time to focus on the shading. I had roughly I think 30 minutes to do the shading, which is a lot more than I normally give myself in these. And I didn't really hit the mark because, as I mentioned before, I am not particularly good at shading, which is the main reason why I wanted to do a piece that relied on heavy shading. Here I am adding the white of the screen. This is that is the main part of it that I really wanted. I wanted the face to be lit up by the phone screen, and I wanted to have the blanket with casting a lot of wrinkles and shadows, because I wanted some practice with the shading. I got some good practice in, but I really did not do a good job with it. I didn't establish any other light source other than the phone. In my head, it's very important to do that anytime you're adding color or shading, is to figure out where's the light coming from. Is it the sun? Is it a lamp in the corner? Is it multiple lights? I just don't think ahead that much when it comes to these things. And the shadow and the blankets, I wanted there to be some solid blacks and some solid whites. Here I am adding the border. I wanted there to be a border. Looking at this now, and if I were to have the option to do this again, I would actually probably add a bit of to try to establish that there's a wall behind her, maybe put in a power outlet or something, and some trim, and then maybe some floorboards. But no, we just get an abstract background again, which I think actually really kind of takes away from the piece, the feeling that I was trying to evoke, because I think the cuteness only works if the piece is more grounded and less abstract. But this was a piece that I designed in my head to practice shading, and I needed to focus on that instead of the background. Here I am trying to make this a solid black, little bar. because I really wanted that high contrast, and I really didn't achieve it. I have the white spot on the face, but it's too gray in too many areas. I really needed to get some more solid blacks in there, I think. I also didn't quite shade properly around the hood, but hey, it is what it is. I don't know. I like it. I like the concepts. I don't really like the execution too much, but that was today's episode of the Art Quest. So yeah, Mick Cloverpants is over and out of this hizzy.